Hello, everybody. Oops. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is what we want. There we go. How's it going?
Hey everybody, and welcome to day 4. I'm Kevin, I lead product at OpenAI. So yesterday we launched Sora, and the demand has been off the charts. The team was working late last night. They were in already this morning. We are doing everything we can to get you access to Sora as soon as possible, and we can't wait to see what you create. Today, though, we're talking about Canvas, which is a product that we've had in beta for Plus users for the last couple months. Canvas allows you to collaborate with ChatGPT on writing and coding that goes beyond simple chat. So we're launching 3 things today. First, we're bringing Canvas to everybody and integrating it into our main model so it just works. Second, we're enabling you to run Python code inside your canvases, and so you see the output, whether it's text or graphics. And third, we're bringing Canvas to custom GPTs, so you can imbue all of your custom GPTs with the power of Canvas. So with that, let's dive in.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Hey, everybody. My name is Lee, and I'm an engineer helping you collaborate with ChatGPT.
Hey everyone, my name's Alexi, and I'm also a product engineer working on ChatGPT. So Lee, are your kids excited about Christmas coming up?
Oh boy, yes. I thought it'd be fun if we could maybe make a story for them, Christmas story, and use Canvas. Try it out.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay. So if I go to ChatGPT, you'll notice starting today, there's a new button in the composer that lets us see all the tools available, one of which is Canvas. So I'm going to click that. And now anything that I type here is going to create a canvas. So let's write that story. Help me write a Christmas story about silly elves for my kids. And I'm going to send that off to ChatGPT, and it's going to get started right away on making a canvas for us. So there's a handful of things that we should explain what's going on here. The most significant thing that's different is you have this side-by-side view, where on the left is the chat, as you're used to it, and on the right is Canvas. And in Canvas, right now, ChatGPT is busy writing the story for us. This is pretty different from what would happen if you wrote this kind of prompt before. ChatGPT is good at doing this sort of creative writing work, but it would write it directly in line in chat, and sometimes it's hard to piece out what's the document and what's the preamble or the what comes after. Or especially if you wanted to make any changes along the way, things tend to get lost. But now you have this side by side. So let's take a look at what ChatGPT made for us. The silly elves and the Christmas catastrophe.
Oh no, not a catastrophe.
In the snowy village of Tinseltown, nestled at the edge of the North Pole, lived the silliest group of elves you ever could imagine. All right, this is looking pretty good. I could make some changes. I think this title is a little long, so I'm gonna, maybe take this part out. Actually, otherwise this is pretty good.
So ChatGPT can edit, and you can edit sort of side by side.
Yeah, so I can type in here, I've been editing the title. I'm kind of making it for my kids. So this is a collaborative document. And just like you might be used to in other document editors, you can come in here, you can add text, you can bold text. You can do lots of things you can do in other document editors. You can edit, ChatGPT can edit. I could go over back to chat, and just similar like I would do in any other ChatGPT workflow, I could give it feedback, I could ask for changes, and it's going to come in and make those changes directly into the canvas. But rather than show you that, I thought it'd be interesting to show this button in the bottom corner, which has a handful of commonly used shortcuts that's based on things that we know people do in ChatGPT. Suggest edits, ask ChatGPT for feedback about what we might want to change about this. Adjust the length, might make this longer or shorter. Maybe I want a shorter bedtime story. Reading level will change this to make it more sophisticated language or simpler language in case I wanted to make it easier to read for my younger kids. Add final polish is really helpful, especially when you bring your own content. Check for spelling mistakes, grammar, things like that. And then add emojis. That sounds fun.
Yeah, we love emojis.
All right, well, let's try it. So if I click add emojis, I've got some options about where I want to put them, words, sections, lists. Let's try words. I click that, and ChatGPT is going to get to town putting emojis into my doc.
Look at that.
So
that's
what
a
you're
lot of
seeing here
emojis.
is ChatGPT now making a revision to the document in Canvas. It's starting at the top, it's writing a new version of the doc, and it's sort of streaming in on top of the previous version, just to make it a little bit easier to see in context what's changing. And alongside this in the chat, you're seeing that it's editing, and you're noticing that we have our instructions back and forth. But otherwise, it's not getting sort of cluttered up with the different revisions that are happening.
Kind of looks like when my 8-year-old gets a hold of a phone.
Yeah, I think your kids are going to love this, Lee.
There's definitely a lot of emojis that I put in here that did a pretty good job. OK, so that's how you get started with Canvas. Canvas will trigger in a couple different scenarios. You can ask ChatGPT to just start collaborating with you on a piece of content, whether it be writing or code, and it will open a canvas for you automatically. Or, like I just did here in the interface, I'll show you again, is this button in the composer to view the tools. You just click Canvas, and that's going to create a new canvas every time.
Amazing. So in addition to storytelling, a lot of people use ChatGPT to help with their own writing. Learning how to be a good writer is hard, and today we're really excited to showcase some new features in Canvas to make it easier to get feedback on your work. So in my spare time, I'm a bit of a physics enthusiast, and so I have an essay here that I've been working on titled Santa's Sleigh, Exploring the Role of Dark Energy in Reindeer Propulsion. I'm going to copy this from my, from my text editor and paste it into the prompt area in ChatGPT. Because I put in a substantial amount of text, we now have a new button in the upper right that says Open in Canvas. If I click this, the content from the prompt is put into the canvas, and this is the same editable surface that Lee was demonstrating.
So could
That's
you
cool.
bold that title maybe?
Yeah, so I can go in here and make a change if I wanted to before I send it off to ChatGPT. But
So this
today-
hasn't been sent yet. So when you made that bold change, what just happened?
Correct, yeah, this is all still a draft document.
Yeah.
So until I send a message, I can edit it as much as I want, and ChatGPT hasn't seen it yet.
And it's attached to the composer.
Exactly. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT, can you leave some comments on my essay from the perspective of my physics professor?
Nice. OK, so maybe it's going to give you some technical tips.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see what it comes back with. But previously, it would be hard to connect what the feedback ChatGPT is giving you to your own work because it would all be inline in the chat. But now with Canvas, ChatGPT is able to select specific portions of your work and leave comments inline, which makes it really easy to connect what the suggestions are to your work.
Yeah, I'm looking at these. These are pretty good feedback. Consider linking this introduction more explicitly to the scientific exploration of dark energy to immediately establish the physics connection. But it didn't just respond to that in chat. It selected Santa's sleigh and his flying reindeer have long fascinated people, blending mystery and magic. OK, so it's like picking out sentences that it wants to give you feedback on and then writing the specific feedback per sentence.
Exactly. And
helpful.
each of these comments, I can have an apply button. And so clicking apply would allow ChatGPT to go through and apply the edit as it sees fit. And of course, I could then reject that edit if I wanted to. But since this is my own essay, I'm going to go in here and make changes on my own. So I like this comment. You may elaborate briefly on why dark energy is mysterious to provide context. I'm going to say we don't know, why the universe expands, and we don't know why Santa is so fast in his sleigh. I'm curious about these. Cool.
The mysteries of the universe.
The mysteries of the universe. I'm going to dismiss this comment because I feel like I've addressed it.
Yep.
And when I'm ready to take my essay out of ChatGPT, I can click this copy button and send it off to my professor.
Great. I'm sure your professor is going to love these changes.
This is some cutting-edge research here. But in addition to writing in ChatGPT, we know a lot of people also use it for programming. And we've made some really exciting improvements to programming in Canvas as well.
Let's check it out.
So I've also been helping Santa with some logistics for toy manufacturing. And I've been learning some data science tools in Python.
So you're an OpenAI engineer. You're also a dark energy researcher, and you're helping Santa with logistics.
Yeah, I mean, Santa can be everywhere at once. We really try to as well here at OpenAI.
Okay, got it.
So I have some example code that I've been working on locally. So this is my local IDE, but something's not working, and I want some help debugging it. I'm going to copy that and then paste it into ChatGPT. I see the same Open in Canvas button. I click that, and now I have a canvas open, but this time it's actually a code editor. So ChatGPT has recognized that this is Python code. I get Python syntax highlighting, and even some basic autocomplete.
Nice.
I know this code isn't working, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT, can you help me debug this code? What might be going wrong? ChatGPT sees the code, looks like it identifies that plot.label does not exist in matplotlib. It provides an example corrected code. We could trust this and take it back locally, but one of the new features we want to demonstrate today is the ability to actually run your Python code within Canvas. So in the upper right, we have this button titled Run. Let's see if ChatGPT finishes. We'll click Run and see what happens. Click Run, and it looks like right away, actually, we see that label is not defined, so ChatGPT was correct about that. We see the exception, and right away, anything in the console is shown to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT sees this exception, and it actually leaves a comment on it. And it looks like this corroborates what
The error
ChatGPT
occurs
expected in
because
the chat.
label is not a valid function. In matplotlib, you might likely use title instead. This is great. I feel like I'm always trying to learn new libraries, and this is exactly the kind of error I get all the time, just like forgetting the API for something. And it's pretty amazing that it's just picked that out right away.
Yeah, and just like comments in the document, there's a fix bug button to let ChatGPT fix it for you. So when I click fix bug, we show ChatGPT the exception and your code, and it's able to edit the canvas to make that correction. That was pretty fast, so maybe we want to see like exactly what ChatGPT changed.
Yeah.
And there's this great show changes button in the canvas header. Clicking that will give you an inline diff that should be familiar to people who use Git to show you exactly what changes were made.
That's cool. And show changes works not just for code, but for documents as well.
Exactly. Yeah, works across both of the editors. So now that we have this fix in place, we can try clicking run to see if it works now. And wow, that was fast.
It's really fast.
Have our line chart now rendering in the console.
So can you explain a little bit about exactly what happened? Because that Python execution happened very quickly.
Yeah, so within Canvas, we actually load a WebAssembly Python emulator, which allows us to load almost any Python library and run your code almost instantly. So you get immediate feedback. You can collaborate with ChatGPT effortlessly and really have a tight feedback cycle all within ChatGPT.
Including generating graphics.
Including generating graphics. So Santa particularly is interested in some Sankey flow diagrams to kind of track how toys are flowing through his...
Sankey, those are the ones where there's like arrows in and arrows out.
Honestly, I'm not even sure. Santa asked me for this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn.
He's always challenging us.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT to add a Sankey flow diagram for Santa's toys. Please use appropriate colors. See if we get something Santa themed.
Interesting.
So ChatGPT is going to go through and edit our code again, and now it's adding example 2, a Sankey diagram. Cool, so we got total toys, delivered to children, distributed to stores, defective.
Okay, so it's added a handful of lines of code, creating a Sankey, adding data, finishing it, and then saying show.
Yeah, let's try running this.
Ooh.
Oh no, looks like there's been a problem with the colors, but ChatGPT has an idea of how to fix that. Use a single color per flow.
Let's try it.
Let's try it.
This is kind of awesome because this is exactly what happens when I'm trying to learn something new is I will go search for example code, I'll run it, it inevitably won't quite work, and then I will try again, and then go through this loop and try to read the inscrutable Python errors and figure it out for myself.
Ooh, there we go.
All right, looks like maybe matplotlib has some bugs in its Sankey layout, but we got a graphic, so there we go.
We got a graphic, and we can keep refining this with ChatGPT, even dragging this image into the prompt area if you want to show ChatGPT exactly what this image looks like to help refine. So those are some of the new programming features in Canvas.
Amazing. All right, there's one last thing that I want to show, and that is bringing Canvas into custom GPTs. So GPTs, in case you're not familiar, are a way to give ChatGPT custom instructions, custom context, and a lot of really distinct and specific behavior to whatever particular task that you have at hand. And then you can share them with other people so they can benefit as well. There's a GPT store full of these things. They're really interesting. And I decided to make one for Santa. You know, Santa gets all these letters, and he has to respond to all of them. And I figure that's got to be a lot of work. And it might be helpful if you just had, you know, just like a first draft, something to start with. He could decide if he likes or didn't like it. He could edit. He could go from there and then send on his.
So you're also a part of North Pole operations.
I can
Both of you.
neither confirm nor deny this.
All right. If Santa comes out with a Frontier model, I'm going to be very suspicious.
So, Alexi, I happen to notice that you wrote your letter to Santa and left it out on your desk.
Oh, I meant to mail that already. I can't believe you found it.
Yeah. Well, I snapped a picture of that, and I figure maybe we could use that as a bit of an example here. So let's bring that, if I can figure out how my mouse works. OK, there we go. So we've got our picture into ChatGPT. Let's open it up real quick just to get a look.
A bike, a GPU, and some dark matter.
That tracks.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Makes
Lexi right
sense.
there.
That looks like my letter.
OK. I also figure Santa has some context on whether you've been naughty or nice. That's one of the things that he keeps track of. And in addition to taking a picture of the letter, we probably want to add that in. So I'm going to let Santa Drafter know that Lexi's been nice this year.
Really appreciate that, Lee.
Yeah. OK, Alexi has been nice this year. So let's send this off to our custom GPT. And hopefully we'll get back a canvas. All right, here's our custom GPT starting to write out our letter.
Nice.
It says, "Dear Alexi, ho, 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 thank you for your letter." I put a big smile on my rosy-cheeked face. Let's see, what do we have here? First off, a new bike. Excellent choice. All right, looks like you're getting that bike.
Great.
H100 GPU, Mrs. Claus tells me it's quite the powerhouse running AI models. The elves in the tech workshop are tinkering away on that one for you as well, so that's promising. And dark matter, Santa's admitting that might even beyond his capabilities in the toy factory. So it sounds like maybe you shouldn't get your hopes up for that one.
Yeah, I don't know how you put that one in a stocking either, so.
But this is a pretty great first draft. And, Santa could come in here and change this up as much as he wants, make edits as much as he wants. And then as soon as he's ready, write this out in his characteristic handwriting style and send this letter back out to you. Hopefully this will save Santa some time. And so, we should talk a little bit about what's actually happening here. You might have noticed that I didn't click the canvas button. I didn't mention to create a canvas. It just made a canvas. So this is an example of ChatGPT determining that canvas would be the right thing to do. But I had to know to do that.
Yeah.
Well, when I built this custom GPT, I put that in the custom instructions. So do you guys want to see how I made this?
Yeah, could you show?
Yeah, please.
So if we go up here into the GPT, excuse me, and hit Edit, and that should take us to the configuration page. So this is how you set up a GPT. It's really pretty straightforward. You can get a picture and a name and a description so people in the store, if you choose to share it, can see what it's about. The important part here is the instructions. So I wrote here, "You're a tool for Santa to help write first draft responses in Canvas to the letters that he gets. Every response will be written in Santa's characteristic style and humor, and your job is to write responses to the letters using the Canvas tool." So in the instructions, I told it to use the Canvas tool, so I'm going to expect that it will use Canvas pretty much to every thing that I put in there, which is exactly what I want this to do. That's going to be the right tool. In addition to that, down here at the bottom is a list of checkboxes on your capabilities. So this is the set of tools in ChatGPT that are available in GPTs. And there's the new one here, Canvas, which is starting as we roll out today, will be on by default for new GPTs. Existing GPTs, we're going to leave this off. That way we don't disrupt the behavior of any existing GPTs that people have created. But if you want to add Canvas to your existing GPT, very easy to do that. You just go into this configuration screen. You'll see that checkbox, and you can check it. And then you'll have Canvas available in your GPT.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this is Canvas. That's the handful of things we wanted to show you today. We've got Canvas rolling out to all web users, regardless of plan, as a default experience in 4.0. So whether you're on a free plan or a paid plan, you'll have Canvas. We've got using your own content in ChatGPT, or using your own content in Canvas. We've got code execution, and we've got Canvas and custom GPTs.
It's awesome. So we're super excited to see what you do with it. Like Lee said, we'll be rolling this out today. Before we go, though, let's end with a Christmas joke.
OK.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. How does Santa take photos?
All right, let's hear it.
With a North Polaroid.
Oh.
All right. See you tomorrow, everybody.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat whether you are like, oh my God, this is amazing. Rate it from like 1 to 10. How excited are you about this? I'm still checking my ChatGPT account. It doesn't seem like that there is this refresh. Jonathan, you're 9 excited. That's amazing. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna switch to my face now until I set my screens, and I'm gonna open up a new ChatGPT window here. And Canvas has been here for a while now, but it's always been in beta. So I'm very curious if, how soon are they gonna launch this thing and how reliable is it gonna be? Because my main concern with this was that when I was giving it like feedback, it couldn't, like it sometimes got stuck. So I still, it doesn't really refresh. So GPT 4.0, there's no canvas button here, but I can ask it to like, hey, write a little story about 12 elves helping Santa pack gifts. So I'm gonna open the canvas. This is still the old version, by the way. Doesn't seem like it's opening the canvas, even though I started with the canvas. So yeah, this was one of the things that I hated about it. This doesn't sound like a story. It's like it's just describing everybody. Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. And it has to rewrite it. Yeah, so this was the problem with this before. I guess we just have to wait. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay, until we wait, let's just go back. Let's talk a little bit about the features. Okay, let me scroll back to live stream here. I mean, one of the things is like this box, it looks like a box of like tissue paper or something. So that's a little bit funny. I think there is a better icon for figuring out the tool selection for ChatGPT. And I'm very curious if you can use O1 and Canvas together. That would be crazy. What I really like is that you can actually start a canvas with the output. So you can create a flow where you start the reasoning with O1. It's like create this whole, whatever kind of workflow you're looking for. And then you can put that into a canvas and ask GPT 4.0 to kind of like help you review and make it better, right? So like step by step, breaking it down into little parts where you can just talk to ChatGPT. In a canvas, I think that's really cool. So yeah, for story, like this is what we had so far with the story. Like we already had this, so that was not really new. And you could edit it, and you could have the adjust the length. So these things are also are already here, right? So if I say, open a canvas and write a blog post about AI agents. So we'll just wait a little bit for it to write it, but we already had these things where you could talk in the chat, or you could just talk here. I'm just gonna wait for it to finish. And you had these, make it shorter, increase the comprehension level. So that's the kind of part that they also just put that in here, make sure we have the same understanding. And now this feature is really cool, that you can just go and, let me just make it full screen. Yeah. So that you can just go and take your document and put it right into a canvas. So now we can have better, like we don't need to do a little back and forth, or you don't need to say like open a canvas and then you just copy it in there. So that's really cool. My main concern about using Canvas was like its reliability, because after a while it started saying like, oh, I cannot edit that. I was like, damn. These comments are really good. It's a cool feature. We had that before as well. So this gives me a good opportunity to or like all of us, to see the different features that we had. So here you could have the comment. All right, so I could say, make this easier to understand with less, marketing buzzwords. So then in theory, it would just go and edit that part, but many times it would just give you an error that it just like can't do it. This is why I didn't even make like a big YouTube video about this on this feature, because it was so unreliable to use. Yeah, I agree with both of you that, for using it for custom GPTs, that's game changer, 100%. Okay, let's see if it could do that. So like, okay, act as a scientifically, oh, it's not, tech expert that comments to this blog post. Oh, nice. This is very cool. Okay, so this one was like, you could add the distinction between autonomous or semi-autonomous. So you can just say apply, and it's just gonna change it, hopefully. Right. Yeah, it probably worked a lot on the, improving the reliability of it. Oh, Kamal says, I don't know if you know that Claude has integrated Google Docs, so you have the possibility to exchange directly with your documents. Yeah, that's a really cool feature. Is this conversation helpful so far? Yes, it is. There's some human feedback for you. Okay, so I think these features we already had. Maybe they just made it a little bit more reliable. Now this one, the code part, this is really cool. You can just work from code, or you can just ask it to write code, and then it's like code interpreters slightly integrated into this. So again, no new big feature here, but from a user experience standpoint, this is a great upgrade, because now you don't have to copy the code into a different third-party tool like the GitHub Copilot or any like Cursor AI or something like that. You can just edit right inside ChatGPT. So basically with this, feature, putting it together, now they're just getting more users to use ChatGPT natively instead of just copy pasting the code outside. So I think this is a huge upgrade for developers. Yeah, and the console is here, and it can see the responses, and you can ask it to like, okay, debug it. That's really, really good. Because previously what you had to do is you had to copy paste the entire error message you got and throw it back into ChatGPT and say, okay, this is what I got. And then it would tell you like, oh, here's what you need to fix. And then it sometimes gave you the entire code. So you had to be like, oh, only give me the code that is relevant to change and then tell me where to put it, and that kind of stuff. So having all of these integrated together is like really cool. Now this little flowchart or bar chart, what was it? I don't even know what this chart was, or this plot kind of fell apart, but it's the live demos. And now inside custom GPTs, this is the big feature in my opinion, because if you have a lot of custom GPTs already that are highly specifically designed for certain tasks that you do, especially for like writing tasks, this is amazing. Because now you can just be like, okay, write me whatever, and then you can start working in a canvas. So that's amazing. So they didn't put a lot of effort into this prompt, to be honest. And I don't know what this person was doing, but they didn't say any feature. I don't know these guys from, from their names and faces, but it was kind of weird that this guy didn't say anything. He just came in here for a joke, which is actually kind of hilarious. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna, come on, upgrade my account. Anybody has this? Oh, he's from marketing. Okay. Anybody has this tool already? It would be so cool if we could just, try it live instead of having to wait. I mean, Sora is still down, so I tried to sign up like the whole day. I was thinking of writing some kind of script that would try to register for me, but then there's this authentication that you have to like confirm you're a human, and then it probably wouldn't bypass it. So Kamal says, if you're looking for something really advanced, Anthropic has launched MCP servers. You can create folders and files using multiple LLMs. I mean, that sounds really dope. I just want to focus on OpenAI right now. Okay, so yeah, I still can't run it. Oh, let's see. Maybe if it stops. Add logs, fix bugs. Code review. Okay, code review. Review your own code. Oh, you didn't see that because of my face was in the way. Let me move my head. Oh, where is it? Hold on. Just move my head here. Maybe make it a little smaller. Oh, right here. Okay, perfect. Oh, but then it just did it like one at a time. Or the other comments. Oh, here we go. We still have those. No. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's really good. You can just go through it and make sure that there is communication from the software to the person. House Scout asks, then Python programmers are now in the list of next extinction? I don't think so. Here's the thing, like, it's just that they need to stop worrying about the code itself, like how you write these exact things, and they need to like train themselves on the more, higher level thinking, because they are the best at writing and reviewing the code and making sure it runs properly. So they should also learn how to use ChatGPT so that they can work faster. Like Python programmers who don't know how to use AI and just type code by hand, definitely next extinction. But those who stay up to date, those who learn how to use these tools, it's a no-brainer that you're gonna win. Actually, there was this funny video that I saw the other day where okay, I cannot explain it now. It's like, I need to just open up like let me open up I saw this from Thor, who runs Pirate Software YouTube channel, and here's what it said. Like, people who, there's this like a matrix, he made this matrix where it's like, is AI going to take your job or not? So it's like, he said like there is one where you like learn, hold on, oh jeez, I need to fix this. Okay, I'll show you. So there's like one where you need to like learn, let's learn. And then there's one where it's like AI takes your job, right? So if you don't learn and AI doesn't take your job, you're still in a bad spot because you're not learning anything. If you learn and AI doesn't take your job, then you're still in an amazing place because you learn new things and you improve your value. If you don't learn and AI takes your job, then that's really bad, because then you'll be out of business. You'll without an income. But if you learn and AI takes your job, you'll still be good because you learn new things, so you can, level up and do maybe different things. So, Echo just got the Canvas update. So basically what matters is whether you learn or not, right? So whether AI takes your job or not, it's completely irrelevant here. All right, let's see. Echo, did you have to do anything to get the update? Maybe I'll just log out and log back in. Hey everybody, I see we have more and more people joining. Oh my God, we have 29 people now. 30 watching now, amazing. So what we're doing now is I want to try the new Canvas feature that OpenAI just launched today into an IDE. Yeah. Kaman asks, did you try Sora? No, I still do not have access to it. I think account creation was unavailable like since the stream. I still have it in like open in a window, trying to log in. I mean, it feels a little bit unfair that they do not prioritize people in like the higher membership tiers. I mean, to me, if I was running the business, I would definitely say, okay, now, first people who have the pro membership can come in, and then people who have the plus subscription, and then everybody else. But I mean, I'm not gonna die not having access to Sora for a couple of days. It would just be really cool because then I could make content about it. I guess we just have to live with that. Yeah, I still do not have access to it. What does it say? Consider formatting solution more clearly. Okay. If anybody knows the trick to trigger your account to have the new Canvas mode enabled, please let me know in the chat. Let's see, GPTs configure. Still no Canvas here. God damn it. Oh, I will try my other account. Hold on. Because I also have a Teams account that is a lot older. So maybe that will have access to the Canvas mode. I'm just logging in now. Oh, no upgrade on this account either. Okay, I'll just log out then. Let's do like a Q&A. Until we wait for the Canvas to be here. And while you do that, I'm gonna show you guys something I've been working on. Okay, I've been using ChatGPT O1 Pro mode. Here we go. Let me move my head. Give me a second. Just move my head here in the corner. So I've been using ChatGPT O1 Pro mode, and it's a really long conversation. But what I want to do is to build an AI agent that can create AI agents for us. Well, when I say AI agents, more like make scenarios. Right, so I started with this. Help me solve the following problem. I'm looking to create an AI agent that can create AI automations in Make. However, the Make scenarios blueprint files are ginormous and go well beyond the context window limitations of LLMs. Think 200,000 tokens for complex scenarios. You, O1 Pro mode, have the capability to design a scenario and make a functional flowchart, but not capable yet to make the final JSON file to be legit and importable. So I'm thinking a multi-step approach here. Ideal end result would be that I give you an idea for an AI automation, and on the other end of the process, fully valid make.com blueprint file gets printed. We probably need to put in many review steps and many agents that fix certain parts of the code, and maybe one agent for each module. There are a few modules I use commonly that we could begin with, and then later on we can expand the capability of the system. I can provide you with dozens of valid JSON files and examples, but again, those are hundreds of thousands of tokens, so we definitely need to break the problem down into smaller steps. How do we solve this problem? This could potentially be a software solution on its own that people could pay thousands of dollars for each month. And then we just went into like this long discussion on how we could do this. And currently we are at the point where, let me show you. We are at the point where we already have like a little MVP in Python, but what it like kind of misunderstands is that I want OpenAI API calls to like rewrite that code. So now we're working on putting this together actually in an Airtable database. Right, so I said I think we need to break down the parameterization agent per module. So, hi Brian. So I need to make sure that there's like, I want to have one agent that kind of plans everything out, and then the little agents kind of like fix the parts of the JSON to make it, make it valid. Right, so we worked a lot on like different JSON validation steps. And then here it says, okay, you are a prompt writer agent given the following instructions. Right, so there's an agent, it already knows like there's an agent that can write the code. But okay, here's what I think. This was my last prompt, this is how long I got. I think this could work very well in Airtable. Give me a solution how that could work using Airtable and Make. The process could go and how small agents would have context about what they're doing. Describe everything at high detail and precision. I don't want to write the code, and actually putting this together in no code would be a great achievement and demonstration of the power of Make. But now with this canvas, I could also put it together in code, but I don't know if I can put in like an API call inside the canvas, because then I also need to add the API keys and oh my God. Yeah. So this is how far I got. House Scout says, I'm updating a custom GPT I just built yesterday. Looks very cool. Let's see. Canvas, come on. Have me write a screenplay. It's still the old version, I think. Oh. Very well done, ChatGPT, very well done. All right, guys, any questions so far about this update? Or anything else? I don't think that having the Santa letter be written by ChatGPT is actually a good way to bond with your son or daughter. I just don't understand why OpenAI doesn't give us like better use case demonstrations. Or maybe maybe what we're doing here as prompt masters is like, but it doesn't sound that niche. Like, people use ChatGPT for work every single day. So why not show an example that they could use this for? Oh, come on. I'm waiting for this little button to appear here like a kid waiting Christmas. All right, so I see 31 people watching now. Who wants me to just build this AI agent, creator agent live while we wait for Canvas? Just type yes in the chat, and if majority says like let's do it, then I'm gonna continue working and explain my thinking. So I mean this thing where it says this one. So we would build this. Joel says yes. Brian says yes. Ayush said yes. It says yes. Yeah, Jonathan says they're talking to the widest possible audience, so need to keep the examples simple. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with you. But they're using really, like, I don't know. It's like so surface level use cases. And then people be like, the people are like asking this question, okay, well, like, what's this for? Right? All right, let's see what we have so far. Actually, I'm gonna, give me a second. I'm gonna open a new whiteboard. I'm gonna explain to you what I actually want to build. Jonathan asks trivial. Did I say trivial? I don't know what you're referring to. I kind of forgot what I said. Okay. So here we are in a whiteboard. So what I want as, oh, there was a mermaid flowchart that we built. Okay. There was this, oh, come on. I built a mermaid flowchart so that we can visualize the flow. Oh my God, sorry guys. Let's just, okay. So basically what we have, can you guys see this? Yeah. So basically what we have is a user gives like a high level idea. Like for example, hey, I want you to create an AI automation that can automate me creating proposals for my clients. I use, I don't know, Stripe to handle the payments, and when a new payment comes in, or maybe I use like a website form, a Google form, and when the new, no, yeah, for proposals, no Stripe. So a new form response comes in, and then once we have that, it should use ChatGPT to like build the entire proposal and then send it via email, right? So that would be what the user says. Then the planner agent would use O1 to like create the structured specification. So this planner agent would have a lot of information on the exact things that they need to think about when putting together an automation. And then module selection agent, I don't know what this does. We need to kind of work on that. Identify required modules. Okay. Template retriever, fetch module, JSON templates. Yeah. And then fill in templates with parameters. So we would have, okay. So what I want is I kind of want to build like a, where is the shapes? Yeah. So what I'm thinking now is I kind of want to build like a table. All right, so this would be like an Airtable database. Like let's say this many. Oh my God, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm still not used to using Windows instead of a Mac, so I used the wrong shortcut. Okay, so we'll have a couple, we'll see what we have here. So first, we'll probably have like a module title, something like that. Then we would have like a position. And then we would have some kind of config options. Then I'm thinking we would just have the final JSON in make. So, and then what I want is to have, one interface where it's like user request, which is like unstructured text. It could be audio or just text. Then we send that to O1 to reason the structure. So again, a lot of prompt engineering needed there to, how do I make this in there? Oh, there. To reason the structure. So I need to make sure that I have a good structure. Like what the user wants is actually buildable and how it's buildable. And then, then we would have one that's that like separate modules into, or separate scenario into modules. And then we would just put those, each of these modules into these, oh man, right? So each of these my bad. Each of these lines would be one module, right? And then I don't want to paste all the arrows here, but you kind of get the idea. And then it would say what's the position of it, any kind of config options or context. Maybe I could put in like context here. And then what I want is like final JSON would be this kind of thing. So this is like a sample scenario. This is how a make scenario is built, right? So this entire thing. This is the make file. So if you import this into make, you have a working scenario. And it's just code, so AI could write this, but the problem is that sometimes it's like 200,000 tokens. So and each of these have like a name, a certain flow, and then you just have these IDs for, you know, what kind of, like what's the module's ID or where it's located, and so on. And you just have to follow this certain syntax, right? And I think Canvas could also help with this. But again, I don't know the Canvas context window size here. So yeah, so there's like, and this is now each of these modules are configured in this way. All right, so I need to, you know, do some more research on what's the exact, where one module ends or begins. Yeah, this is where one module ends, right? So at this comma here, going all the way up to, we'll see, this is just parameters here, until here. This is one module, right? So let me show you what that is. I'll just hide that until I log in. Joel, yeah, it did delve deep into the topic. Goat asks, hi, I am a student. Is premium ChatGPT useful for me? Jonathan says, got to drop off. Thanks for coming, Jonathan. Student, is premium ChatGPT useful for me? I would say 100%. You can configure it to help with a lot of things. You can configure your own tutor agents, and you could just have a private tutor with you 24/7. So I highly recommend you to sign up for the premium. Joel is a professor. There we go. Yes, it is. Okay, so okay, so I can show you this now. So this is a make scenario for those of you who are not familiar. And what I have here, the part that I highlighted, this is the code version. I'm gonna show it to you all the way. This is the code version of how this bad boy is set up. Right, so if I open it, it says Assistant Copywriter AI Lifeline. And I hope that's the same one. Message and assistant, yeah. So let's compare. All right, so it says Copywriter AI Lifeline. And then the message is this prompt. Right, so if we scroll down, it was here somewhere. Maybe it was not in, yeah, it's here, message 6 prompt, right? So everything that I can configure here with my mouse, I could just make ChatGPT write the code for it. The code, it's like, this is the JSON format. So if it can write it for one, then it can write it for the entire thing. And if it can write it for the entire thing, that means that it's possible to also put it together. We just need to break down the problem into smaller steps. And then basically before we have a final JSON here, we actually need to have something like assistant to call. So let's say in this scenario, we will treat the writer as like the first module. So then we would have module title would be like writer GPT. Position would be, would be 1. Right, config options, context. Then the thinker planner GPT, this one, or reasoning model would say this has to write Facebook ads, for example. I don't know what its exact purpose was. And then it would say that because this is a GPT assistant, then it would write the GPT config assistant, and then maybe call the prompting GPT as well. And then final JSON would be like, empty. And then after this table is populated, then each table can run one by one, and then we would have the final JSON, which would be this thing. Oh, let me go back here. No, here. And then we just need to put everything together. What happened? Still he asks. Yeah, what happened is we're still waiting for me to get access to 4.0, or not 4.0, sorry, the Canvas feature. There we go. We have it. Okay. So let me just summarize my thoughts here. So that's basically what we want. Let me just finish this flowchart for you. And then we need to put text together, and then create .json file to import. So I think technically it is possible to build this. It's just a matter of putting it together and how well you can configure each of these mini assistants that can configure each of these modules and the repeaters and the loops and the routers and that kind of stuff, filters and so on. So it's a big project. All right, what should we do with Canvas? Now that we are here, what should we do with Canvas? Go says, last day I was discussing deep learning with a CS engineer. He said to me, making machines understand a linear equation is heavily difficult and how deep learning can do it easily. He told most times in deep learning what happens is wrap, or they just use made up tools for deep learning instead of creating a newer one. Yeah, I guess I agree. Not much I can contribute to that. Okay, Canvas. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try and copy some code from this one. Oh, Canvas is also here. Oh, it's just reasoning. Okay. How do I do this? I need to somehow summarize this text for us. No, let's do something simpler. Let's see. Yeah, write a code that can calculate x to the power of x equals 7 and Visualize it. There we go. Oh, the run is there. Amazing. Goat asks, is deep learning of Joshua Bengio helpful? I don't know what that is, what he does there. I think learning deep learning is useful for people who are heavy into computer science and software engineering and they want to create new AI models. For the rest of us who just want to use these AI models, we don't need to know much about deep learning, barely anything. And you ask, in a nutshell, is 200 per month GPT worth? No, if you're just a student, no. It's only worth it for those who regularly hit the O1 rate limit. And they're like power users, like PhD researchers doing some crazy things, like solving really challenging problems. Okay, so let's see. Run Python code, always run. Initializing environment, installing packages, running code. There we go. Well, that's fantastic, but why do we not have the blue line touching the red line? Can you spot the mistake? Let's see. The issue is the plot is the mismatch between the range of X values used for and the actual solution, the plotted range. Yeah, the plotted range does not fit. Okay, fix. Yes, update it, please. Thank you very much. So now it's gonna update the code. Yeah, you got unlimited storage generations with Pro. Yeah, and then probably a lot more new features depending on what they launched. I still don't think that $200 per month for like everyday use cases is necessary. Like you can still generate 50 videos a month with Sora. 50 videos is more than a video. Okay. So now it goes like way too much. So I say okay, so I'll just go and say 2.5 here. There we go. So we have this beautiful visualization. Okay, what else should we do? Yeah, go reuse runway. Yeah, 100%. Okay, let's try the custom GPT version. Let's see, what is this? What does this GPT do? I don't have a lot of GPTs created on this account. It has access to my course. So let's see if I ask what are the 6 key elements of a prompt. Does it know that? Well, I've been using my Teams plan for most of the time, and it was defined, yeah. Oh, so it's some weird document. No. Yeah, so this is my big problem with custom GPTs, is that the retrieval is just not reliable. It's super annoying. Like this is one of the most fundamental, like I repeat the answer to this question like 20 times in this document. Okay. I'm just gonna send a bad prompt. I just want to see what it does. Let's just update it and just open it in Canvas or in the basic mode instead, not here in the preview. Okay. When is Canvas getting out for free users? I have no idea. We'll check in a second. Let's see if OpenAI published the article. GPT Pro, GPT Search. Yeah, they didn't share the, but maybe it's like in news. Yeah, no, latest one is December 9th. So I guess I just have to wait. I will log out. Yeah, this is bad. Okay. Mukshudur says meow meow. You want me to say that? You want me to say that out loud? Okay. Okay, I'll just ask it like, because it's not giving me like the right elements. So this is pretty useless at the moment. Okay, so it's probably like a partial document that I uploaded here. I don't have the documents here on this computer, but we're gonna work with that. Caution says, wow, they've got 2 success just now. Amazing. Okay. Tools unavailable. So it's weird that I'm chatting to my custom GPT, but tools are still unavailable. Okay, I'll still try. Open Canvas and write a short article about tokens and context windows. Okay, so what it says, what are tokens, the smallest units of text? Where it could be a single token, probably not. Okay. Yeah, so again, this is definitely not examples from the knowledge base file. So now I just have to be dissing the GPT knowledge files, file retrieval. The rest is good. So what we can do now, for example, is you can say reading level, and you can increase it to like graduate school, or you can decrease it to like kindergarten. So if I decrease it to kindergarten, big computer brains. I mean, do you think a kindergartner would like understand this? Probably not. Can you please code or make a website? Yeah, we can code something. Okay, let's do some code. That's what the audience wants. What do you want me to code? You need to say something that I can code inside, like with the Python code environment. Okay. I wonder if I will be able to like control it. Oh, in the meanwhile, while it's working on this, I'm just gonna continue this and say, okay, I changed my mind. I want you to write the Python code for this software. Including the GPT API calls to rewrite each module not actually to rewrite, but to write. Okay, we'll just come back to it. How's our game going? Oh, I just casually wrote 107 lines. Let's go. Kamal asks, can you use Canvas in Canvas? What do you mean? What do you mean to use Canvas in Canvas? Well, the code is not running. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of it. So I just send it here. It's stuck in running. I'll stop. Yeah. Echo, you said you made a game of Snake. Did I catch that right? Oh, it's giving me a notification that it's done with one of the tasks. Camel, I don't think you can do that. To create multiple canvases in a single canvas. Because when you create a canvas, you're basically just running inside a sandbox environment. Okay, let's run it again. Because it clearly could not run games that well. Alright, I'm gonna stop and go back to this thing that I was wondering about. Oof. Okay, so what happened here? It says below is an illustrative Python implementation that ties together the concepts discussed. It uses the OpenAI API to plan a scenario from user request, plan a region, decompose into modules and store them in a simple in-memory database, a Python dictionary, call specialized module configurers, module specialist agents to fill in the details, assemble the final scenario, validate and refine as needed. This code is a conceptual demonstration that likely need adjustments before running in a real environment. Okay. You must have OpenAI Python library installed, pip install OpenAI, and set OpenAI API key to OpenAI API key. Yeah. I think that's the biggest challenge that we'll not be able to solve inside the canvas. The code uses simplified prompts and logic. In practice, you would refine prompts for reliability. It basically is just a Python dictionary. In a real system, you could use a real database or Airtable integration. Error handling retries and more complex logic are omitted for brevity. For module specialists, we just show sample few modules. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open a new canvas. Oh, let's try this feature where I paste it in here. There we go. Oh, nice. Okay. So now we have 300 lines of code written by ChatGPT, looking at it as a person who does not know how to write Python code. I only know how to read it. I mean, let's just run it and see what happens. No module name. Yeah, it cannot install OpenAI. All right, so can you install OpenAI in this? What's happening? Oh, something is wrong with my computer. Could be the stream, probably not. I mean, the code is really good, but it's not something we cannot really do much about it. So this is too much. The snake was not working that well. So Moksudur, you said, can you please code? Tell me what to code. You want me to make a website? But it's like in Python, we cannot. Let's just create some kind of charts, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna start a new chat here. Let's see, can it solve this problem? Okay, here's a Python script that visualizes the double pendulum, a classic physics system known for its chaotic behavior. This simulation demonstrates how small differences in initial conditions can lead to significantly different outcomes over time. The visualization uses matplotlib for the animation. These are the kind of like videos that you see on like ADHD TikTok, where it's like these, you know, they're like running. How do I say that? They're like running in, like they're like a bunch of these running at the same time, and you're like rooting for one of them. Oh, we could also try to create the rock paper scissors game, where it's like you start with like 100 objects, 30. I don't know, maybe, or 99 objects, 33 rocks, 33 papers, and then 33 scissors. And then if a scissor touches a paper, it turns into a scissor. If a paper touches a rock, it turns it into a paper. So it's like if they would like beat each other, they become one. All right. let me guess, it's not going to run the animation. Right. Yeah, so I think the biggest problem with just AI systems in general is that they're like not aware of their own limitations. And now it just corrects the code here. Yeah. That's a bummer. There we go. I need to put in some background music for these streams. I'm gonna write this down for myself. Okay. It still does not run. Okay, instead of this animation, just visualize the end result. End result of tracking 10 of these pendulums for until they reach their resting point. Let's just track one first. Oh, of tracking. Canvas says, yes, you can, Dave. I created a canvas with a random topic using a tissue box. Then combine it with another canvas and import. I don't understand what you mean by that. Can you explain? Oh. Okay, now that's something. It looks better, but it still seems like a pendulum with just one weight instead of a chaotic two-part pendulum. Right, I think that's the problem, but it's only the end of the first arm to capture. Yes. No, that's what I want. Yeah. Maybe it was my bad just saying it, just like on, you know, visualize the one pendulum, tracking one of these pendulums. And then it said it just used the first axis. Oh, you mean here? All right, let's see this plot. There we go. Fantastic. So this thing, you know, like the pendulum starts, I don't even know where it starts. Probably starts here and it just goes all the way around. But I don't know why we don't have the video. There we go. Yeah. Oh, but now the first canvas is gone. Yeah, so now I lost my previous code. There we go. So in theory, this should create a different visualization every single time. So I'm asking it to, I got this, but it's the same every time I run this code. Make it so it's different every time, showing the chaotic nature of the system. Random. Oh, it's giving a different angular velocity. Nice. There we go. There we go. That's perfect. You see, every single time is different. And now we can just add more functionality. Like I want you to create 3 of these visualizations in one instead of just one. And make them red, green, and blue. Anybody knows some royalty-free background music that I could use for the stream? Like I could just start it here and then we have some background music. Oh, it's writing really slow. Oh, I forgot. I don't have my phone on me, and I'm waiting for the delivery guy to, bring the shopping. So that's gonna be interesting. Only supposed to arrive in like half an hour, so we're fine. Okay, let's see. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now instead of chaotic Pendulums. Make a new canvas using the new canvas that can draw pretty graphics based on mathematics. Oh, I know what I want. Make a new canvas that can draw oh, I don't know how that can draw artistic visualizations of, let's control the artistic tracking of movements of the planet, of certain planets in the solar system. I wanna look this up on YouTube. No, that's not really what I want. Maybe I can just say Venus and Mars. Yeah, like this thing, the dance. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that I want. Okay, how do I give that to Canvas? Solar system tracking. Let's see what solar system tracking does. Oh no. We are very far from achieving what I want. We are very, very far. Okay. Dance of Venus and Mars. Right, relative movement. Okay, it definitely has to be relative movement relative to Earth. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the vision and then just send it to GPT. Now, what I want is more like a dance of Venus and Mars around Earth, just like this picture. Let's see if we can get closer. Guys, in the meanwhile, if you have something you want me to do with ChatGPT, then definitely let me know in the chat, and then I'll try that. Okay, so this is, we're getting there. We just need to bump up the numbers here. So instead of that, we're just gonna make it 1 day and then do 10,000 steps. There we go, beautiful. Amazing. Okay, so maybe I need to lower this because they're doing too many rotations here. It's not enough. Maybe 2000. Oh, I guess it has to be somewhere around like 3, maybe 4. Oh, it still doesn't touch. The red, what is that, Mars? It doesn't go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna send it to him like this. This is great. Can you make it repeat until both planets are back at their original point instead of I was typing this and then it changed the day and the number here. Did you guys see that? I hope it's recorded. That was super creepy. Oh my god. Okay. Blue planes are black at their original point instead of the graph ending somewhere in the middle. I want to make sure there is no open end and it's a closed loop. I probably need to also like I want to make the line width to be less because then we're just gonna get like a big blur. Oh, it's still running it. Maybe I started running this code and it's gonna run it until the end of time. Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna run for too long. Let's go back to the previous version. Yeah, restore this version. So 4,000 wasn't enough, so maybe 6,000. I just want at least the red to go full circle once. There we go. Okay, now instead of planets, let's do random objects that you can program to go back to their original starting point and they complete full loops. Or it just has to run like so many steps that it's random objects. Oh, okay, it's giving me random objects. I hope they will have random colors too. Let's see. Okay. this? Oh my God. No, let's go back here. Okay. Okay. Add Jupiter and Pluto. Remove Venus and Mars. So like that's a point that you can just like highlight certain part, but again, it still rewrites the entire code. And now I'm just gonna make it run. Oh, I'm gonna make it run for, how long should it run? 20,000 days? Oh, still running. My bad. 62,000. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see. I was thinking like, why doesn't they like overlap? But it makes sense that the overlap only happens if you choose a planet that is between them. I mean, yeah, let's switch it around. Because with Venus and Mars and Earth, it works well because they constantly keep switching which one is closer to Earth. Because sometimes Venus is on the other side of the sun and then Mars is closer to us. So maybe, okay, maybe we should just go with, okay. Remove Jupiter and Pluto, add and Earth, and put in Mercury. Oh, actually I shouldn't remove Earth. Yeah, Venus and Earth, while keeping, while making Venus as the central point. Okay, but then this commenting does not make much sense if it has to still review the entire code and rewrite it. Right, so what's the point? It kind of should be like faster, so it like only has to change this part. Now we just have to wait. You know, so that's the kind of like a little bit annoying thing. Oh, I have an idea. I'll just write it down for you. I want to switch to like real world use cases. I see that we still have 17 people watching. So I want to switch to real world use cases a little bit. Oh, okay. We need to adjust the days because, you know, the more days you run it, like more steps you run it, like you're just gonna get like a big dot. There we go. Beautiful. So it needs to be like, where's the blue? It's like 1, 2, maybe it's like. So what I want to switch to is To talk about more like real world use cases, yeah, that's it. It's beautiful. Almost touches it back at the same point. All right, so now we have Venus in the center and Earth and Mercury relative. Okay, so here's what I want to show you guys. First thing is, let's say we want to create a custom GPT that can create this, and then it can ask the user which 3 planets you want me to visualize. So what we can do, this is called reverse prompting. What we can do is, I'm gonna ask it to like act as a prompt engineer and write a custom GPT prompt that can write this code every time, and it asks the user which 3 planets they want to visualize. The code should always put the planet in the middle, which is in between the other two in the solar system, relatively speaking, from distance from the sun. I don't know if it's gonna open a, yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this, and now I can go and create a GPT. This global view, what is that? That didn't change much. So you're a skilled Python developer specializing in visualizing planetary motions in the solar system. Your task is to write a Python script that uses NumPy and Matplotlib to visualize the orbits of 3 planets relative to one another. Follow these rules. 1. Ask the user to specify 3 planets they want to visualize. Options include Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Determine the central planet as the one positioned between the other 2 planets. Yeah. Simulate the motion of the planets for a total of 4,000 steps with a time step of 1 day. Simulate the motion of the planets for a total of. It needs to, think. It needs to be able to do this. I wanted to like choose it smart. Okay, I'll just start with like 10,000. You're a skilled Python developer. Your task is to open a canvas and write Python code. Okay. So now we have the solar system motion visualizer, right? Anyone with the GPT store, let's go. Programming. So you guys can also use it. Couple things we can do here to improve the prompt. One is that we provide an example code that's already working. So I'm gonna quickly go back to the previous chat and just copy the last working version as an example to make sure we achieve like consistency. Because now what we're doing here with this custom GPT is 0-shot prompting. We let it rewrite the code, and every single time it's gonna be a different code. Okay, let's run it. It's, you know, it's roughly the same. So we probably don't even need to bother with it. But let's, no, yeah, this one. I'll just copy the code and put it back into this GPT. So I can go edit GPT and then say, here is an example code. There we go. Oh, so now it doesn't open the canvas. So we need to go back and we need to work on the prompt a little bit. With these rules. 0, always open the canvas. Like, this is exactly how you need to prompt these language models. It's so annoying. And this is why O1 is actually a big deal, because it can follow these instructions so much better. Earth, Venus, Mars. Okay, nice working. Okay, the other use case that I want to show you guys with Canvas that I think is really cool is writing contracts or proposals for certain use cases. So once this finishes, let's see. Yeah. Beautiful. So what you can do is, let me just open, I don't even need like a custom GPT with Canvas, whatever, Canvas. And actually maybe in this case, it's better to use O1 first. Oh, O1 can also write a Canvas. I'm gonna give that a try. Canvas, write a act as an expert in contract law and write a contract for selling AI automation services according to this information. 50% paid upfront at signing, 50% paid net 30 upon delivery of the project. Deliverables are a make.com blueprint, a Loom video guide on installation, a make.com blueprint set up in the client's make.com account, a Loom video guide on installation, and a written documentation on how it works and how to use it. No refunds. I heard this one today. It's amazing. It's called like a parking fee. It's like, if client doesn't give feedback to provider within 7 days of asking for it, the provider gives a 24-hour notice, and if client still didn't respond, then project is paused, provider is no longer liable for any delays, and $300 parking fee must be paid to continue the work. If client disappears, all payments made are final as compensation for the work done. Oh, okay, so it cannot open Canvas. No problem, because with this new feature, we can just put it into a canvas ourselves. So we can copy this entire thing. We can open a new chat, open a canvas. Should not be construed as legal advice. Yeah, okay, I will consult, don't worry. Oh, yes, we can make a heading, right. Okay. Review this and add comments. Okay. Now, just for the sake of having fun, implement all comments. Let's see if it can even do that. And now if you have such a template, then you can just, again, give it to a custom GPT and say, okay, new client's name or details are this. Here are some things that we talked about that needs to be changed. And boom, you have a contract. And I think a lawyer would charge you a good amount of money to write something to this, you know, to write something from scratch. So if this, you know, contract is like important, it's probably makes sense to just send it to the lawyer first, and then or send it to the lawyer after you've written it with ChatGPT and ask them to review it, right? Because asking them to review it is obviously going to cost a lot less than asking them to write it from scratch. What do you guys think? Oh, still implementing. I don't even remember what the comments were. Well, let me know what you think about this use case. Why you think about that? I'm gonna just grab my phone. Be right back in a second. Oh no, what happened with this poor canvas? Maybe all comments is a little bit too much. Successfully broken. Oh, I stopped it. Okay, I can just say apply. Yeah, this is the, reliability part. Now I got my phone, so if the delivery arrives, failed to edit. Yeah, these things, this is what really annoyed me initially as well. All right, I'm just gonna copy it. And I tend to be really impatient with these kinds of things. See, now it's like we lost the comment. Kamal says if you ask him to comment again, he will do it. It's endless. It's programmed to always offer comments, even if it's not necessary. Okay. No. I wonder how many times do I need to say implement all comments? What are you doing? Yeah, this is the problem. And now my whole document is messed up. All right, stop it. All right, let's just apply this one. So it doesn't delete what's under it. Yeah, right. So now I have to delete it for you. Thank you, AI. Okay. Okay, so this is one of the use cases that you can do with Canvas. There was another one that was on my mind. Oh, proposals, right? So you can also say Canvas, say write a proposal for the following RFP, and I'm just gonna find an RFP online. Request for proposal AI automation. Imagine, oh no. Imagine if we found like a project that they wanted to automate. Okay, I'm just gonna ask browse instead. Like, can you find an RFP for me where a company is looking for AI automation solutions for a certain process they want to automate? Yeah, I couldn't find. Okay, let's see. Or companies looking for, say, AI education services. Nice. The California Education Lab has issued a request for proposals titled AI Grant Challenge Leveraging AI for Teaching and Learning. Additional programs out to 200 are available. Amazing. This is probably old because they still say GPT 3.5. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. But again, we probably don't need Canvas for this. You can just copy the entire thing. This is the RFP. And I'm just gonna ask O1 Pro mode actually. Like, create a proposal that would absolutely no doubt win this RFP. And now we just wait. We didn't even had to read the proposal. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna try to create a Sora account. Account creation currently unavailable. Who would have thought? X Evil Hell says, what a crap. What are you referring to? Sora still unavailable. Evil Hell. That's a nice username. I give you that. Oof. Okay, so note this proposal includes sections and formatting as requested in the RFP. Page counts are approximate. The exhibits referenced are described conceptually in an actual application. These would be included as separate uploads. Placeholder names and data are used for institutions and team members for illustration purposes. Stage 2. Why are we starting with stage 2? Okay, well, I didn't read the proposal, so probably don't know what they're talking about. What is this? Okay, so I guess, so, oh, sorry, where was the, here's the RFP. Stage 1. Yeah, it's long due, so it's a good practice for us. All applicants for the AI Grant Challenge must file a statement of intent that identifies the anticipated host, partnering institutions, PO, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, do stage 1 as well. And in the meanwhile, I'm just gonna copy this. So now we can, again, go into Canvas. Right, and then we can ask it to act as the review committee and make comments on why you might accept or reject this proposal. Now it doesn't know who the review committee is, so again, it's kind of like hallucination. So we could put in like, the assessments, maybe, I don't know where that was. There was like a part where it said like, here's how we will assess the responses or something like that. Here's how they will decide. Guidance for crafting. Okay. Maybe I could give it this one. Selection process, scoring rubric. Yeah. So I could just copy this entire thing and this one here. So again, you have this document, and it's probably not something that you can submit right away. I mean, this is $1 million proposal, but we're just not starting from scratch. And I think this is the main thing when it comes to using ChatGPT and other LLMs, is that you can just get to a really high completion rate pretty fast and make sure you're like hitting all the boxes. Yeah, failed to comment. Yeah, I think Canvas is still beta, and I hope they will improve these things, because it's just frustrating to work with when it does these things. Failed to comment. Let's try it again. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna copy this part. Let's try again. Here is what the RFP said about crafting strong proposals. Review with this lens. Oh, if you use AI in the production of the proposal, describe how you used AI. Remember that you are responsible for the accuracy of citations and other representations in your project proposal, whether AI assisted or not. I used AI to generate the entire thing. How about that? Where do I cite that? I mean, again, it's just making up some random team members, so. Commenting. Oh, it is commenting. Open source GPT-based writing assistance, fine-tuned for educational use. Edit 6 comments. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. I mean, we could, again, if you wanted to, we could just go deeper and deeper and deeper. And again, you just have this big problem, so you just break it down into smaller, more manageable steps and provide details like, having this, where were the people in the, these team members. Like, obviously, you need to like comment like, hey, okay, our team members are, and just type it out, and then you can work with that. All right. Any questions before we wrap up this almost 2.5 hour long live stream? Any questions? Thanks a lot, guys, for sticking around with me doing this stream. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow as well, same time, so starting 10 a.m. Pacific. We'll watch the OpenAI announcement, and we're just gonna play around with whatever they announce if we can. If we cannot, then we'll just talk about it, discuss, have a few questions and answers, and then we'll just come back to it a day later. So I'm going to be streaming every 12 days of OpenAI announcements. So every single day I'm coming here at 7 p.m. my time, and I'm just going live, and I will explain everything. I'm gonna comment the stream. We're gonna have a little discussion, and if you're interested, just subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed, and just put it in your calendar. I also scheduled the lives for this week, so you can go to my channel, and under lives you can find the other live stream, so you can get notified or something like that. So I will be here, and I will be walking you through this. And I think the good thing about YouTube is that you can just, if you have a YouTube Premium, you can just put it in your pocket, and you can just listen to me as you do something else, so you can stay up to date on AI. Camel says, I think if they put, for example, create several canvas in the same chat, you can work your contract section by section. So you think that the reason this kind of failed to comment is because this is too long? It doesn't seem that long. This doesn't seem too long. Like it's barely 1,000 tokens. How many tokens is this? $4,000. So it should be still way within the window of these models. And when you ask it to make another canvas, it pretty much what it does is that it's gonna have one canvas in the chat, and then have another one and another one, so you can open each of them. But it's not like you can open the canvas inside the canvas. It's just the canvas exists as a separate function inside the chat. All right, guys. If there are no more questions, then I'm just gonna bounce. Thanks a lot for all of you for tuning in. If you're watching the recording, thanks for watching that. And I'll see you tomorrow streaming as well. So make sure you have that in the YouTube. Just turn on the get notified or whatever that is. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Have a good night, depending on where you live. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.